I am on a lifelong quest to experience and share the diverse cultures of the world so that we can better understand the common denominator that binds humankind. Hello, my name is Tania. After much persistence, I became an international flight attendant who has since traveled to 79 countries. Along the road of this golden journey, I befriended royals, met 5 American presidents and Nelson Mandela, flown White House press charters alongside Air Force One, absorbed the emotional atmosphere in Berlin as the wall came down, and spirited American troops into Saudi Arabia during the first Gulf War under possible Scud poison bombardment. But today, I would like to take you on a quick magic carpet ride that illustrates how so many things can happen when you travel extensively abroad. The first story is a possible coup d'etat against Mikhail Gorbachev in 1991 when he was on vacation down in the Crimea that could have burst into a civil war in the world's largest country. The second story is about a serendipitous meeting with a religious icon who was later canonized into sainthood. In August 1991, there was a coup attempt by military brass against President Gorbachev in Russia while he was on vacation in Crimea. With close ties to the CIA, Pan Am was sending my crew to Moscow without knowing any details. 9 hours later, as we landed, we discovered that the airport was surrounded by tanks. The air was thick with uncertainty, and the tower was not forthcoming with any crucial information. The passengers disembarked immediately, and then we took off to go back to Helsinki for safety. But unbelievably, we returned 6 hours later and stayed in Moscow, not too far from the Russian White House where the coup had taken place. There was much uncertainty in the air, but once the smoke cleared, my friend Bill and I went out, and he could read Cyrillic and understand Russian. And we started taking photographs and saw how the civilians had turned the sites where innocents had died into mini shrines by offering small gifts and numerous icons. And then the final night we were in Moscow, there was massive fireworks all over the city. And that was showing that Gorbachev had come back from vacation in Crimea, and he was back in town. But that didn't mean necessarily that there was going to be peace. There was still a great deal of uncertainty. My second story is completely opposite. In 1996, I flew to Calcutta, and I've always admired Mother Teresa. So I went straight to her home. It was pure serendipity because she just happened to be home. There were visitors from all over the world. We fell into an impromptu line as she came out to bless us. I purposely stood at the back of the line because I wanted to see how each pilgrim was reacting to her blessing. And it was so remarkable. She finally got to me. I was near the back of the line, and she put her hands on my head, and I closed my eyes, and I could feel just like a gentle waterfall coming straight from heaven through the top of my head and throughout my entire body. And I knew in that instant, that feeling would be with me for the rest of my life. I went back to the hotel, and my colleagues had surmised that I had met her. And I was so overcome with emotion and the spiritual feeling that she'd left me with that I didn't even want to talk to anybody. I just went up in my room, put on some quiet Hindi music, burned some frankincense like she was burning at the house, and just recalled every aspect of that day so that it would be cemented in my mind forever. And I believe it will be. My memoir, On Butterfly's Wings, chronicles all the tales and much more. You'll laugh, perhaps shed a few tears, feel sentimental, and I hope, inspired by my tales, want to pursue your own adventures in life.